good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the energy for today. So let's get into it. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that things are moving fluidly for you, despite some hiccups, some tension that we are experiencing in the collective. Just how the astrology is playing out. We're actually also building up to a full moon. So anytime we go from new moon to full moon, the energy is just going to start enlivening, amplifying. It's like that snowball effect, right? And then when we hit the full moon, it's like, boom. So keep that in mind. I like the energy right now. I mean, yes, we have to be mindful. We have to protect ourselves 100% because people are going a little crazy. We can see people popping off in the collective. As I've been saying, anytime you step outside of your home, you can feel the energy, feel the craziness. And I feel like that's most specifically coming from people that aren't really aware, aren't really understanding the learning lessons, the places to grow and evolve. So they don't really know what to do with the energy, so to speak. And that is where that protection component comes in, especially if you are dealing with one of those people or a situation as such. Be mindful. Make sure to find things that really help ground your energy so you're not being sucked into the drama, into the chaos. We'll start off with this energy cleansing. I really like this practice in terms of setting the tone for the reading. This is a great time to set your own intention as well. If you would like to hear specific messages from Spirit or have questions answered about whatever you're navigating through, give those over and be open to receive. And then we'll do our own little blessing and cleansing. The Sage Smudge Bundle that's soaked in dragon's blood really helps amplify that protection component through a space of mental clarity, being able to see through illusions. Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces, so it's a task to be able to decipher between those things. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages from coming through. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration, impatience. Remove it from our being. Help to cleanse our mind, our soul, so we may be able to see clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Amen. All right. So yeah, I mean, as I was mentioning, we have a couple planets in retrograde right now. Neptune, Saturn, which are both in Pisces, and Pluto. We've talked a lot about Pluto. That will go direct in October, so we still have a couple more months, but what I like about this Pluto energy of transformation, of rebirth, is we're getting it a little bit more now. We've kind of seen what's going on, how to deal with it, how to contend with it. And there is this level of comfortability that has been achieved. It doesn't mean we like it. It doesn't mean that when things pop up, we don't get frustrated or annoyed. But we really are in this space of kind of just more awareness and understanding. With this Saturn and Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, it's bringing up just a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling around changes, lessons that need to be learned, trusting ourselves, trusting our instincts. Obviously, Spirit is saying to give it time. You know, I think it's so easy to buy into this illusion that once we get it, it should manifest right away, right? Like once we claim we want that thing, or we feel like we learned the lesson. And a lot of times we misjudge, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that there is so much beauty in patience, especially around things that are close to our heart, that we really desire to bring into our life, and we want them to be there long term. We have to make adjustments, right? And I think the process of manifestation is quite beautiful because it does give us time. It does allow us to really connect with the energy. I'm hearing vibrational resonance, right? So anytime we're leveling up, anytime we're bringing in something that we have to evolve, to grow, to get a little more comfortable, we have to make sure that we are resonating with that vibration of abundance. And it means that we have to take care of ourselves. It means that we have to give ourselves love and understanding for many reasons, right? I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but at the end of the day, we're the person that's providing that platform for ourselves. And I feel like what I'm hearing with this overarching energy for you today is just remember there is a reason for the way things are unfolding. It really is giving you space to honor your heart, your mind, your soul, your mental and emotional well-being by moving a little bit slower, by not having everything like pop off left and right. That can be like really destabilizing, 100%, even if it's not all going off at once. I totally know. So we've been also seeing hints of this manifestation come in. Obviously, these are collective readings. For everyone, it's going to look a little bit different. Take it how it resonates for you, or if it doesn't fit, leave it behind. But definitely new beginnings are on the horizon, and I'm feeling like you're getting a little more grounded and stable, right? You're taking care of yourself so you can level up, so you can feel stable and secure in the new vibration, in the new manifestations that you're bringing in. It's also giving you strength and stability to navigate some challenges that are coming in. We've also been seeing this in general with that Pluto in retrograde. There's that push-pull energy, right? Where people were being tested, right? Like we're being tested. How committed are we to what we want, what we say we want? Are we willing to put in the work, in the effort? And honestly, here's the thing. Maybe that's an annoying message, right? But in reality, when we do, what is going to bear fruit, what's going to come in is going to be like way more beautiful than what we can even envision it. I really feel that confirmation from Spirit. Oh my gosh, I love this. I feel that confirmation from Spirit 100%. 9 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. This is better than we could have imagined. And it's because we continue to practice. It is because we continue to remain faithful. And for whatever reason, I don't know, the astrology, however you want to compartmentalize it, it's just the nature of the beast right now. No one can avoid these changes. No one can avoid these adjustments or things being, uprooted in their life, because we're being forced as a collective to make better changes for ourselves, things that we're excited about, right? Like that honeymoon energy, the things that make us feel strong and passionate and excited about the life that we're living. But we have to weed out, the obstacles, 100%. 7 of Swords, people, places, and things that are being a little bit shady. Number 1, I'm hearing that like it's really important for you, again, to be protective of your energy. We had a weird energy come through in our reading yesterday. So I feel with this 7 of Swords, It's asking you to be discreet. You don't have to divulge everything to everyone, especially if you are feeling really emotional around things. Being conscious, being mindful of who and what you say it to, right? How you say it, how things are, like we just want to protect our energy right now because there's still a lot that's unraveling. And I feel like there's been these hints of receiving insights, messages around certain situations that are really going to fill in the gaps for you. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, someone who is faithful and committed, I'm hearing, but someone, I don't know, you don't really trust at the same time. Okay, oops, Knight of Wands, yeah. Okay, so we have two people showing up in your outside environment. I feel like, again, we've been hearing this theme of messages, information coming in to bring clarity around situations. And I feel like you're seeing this a lot. I feel like even if you haven't had a direct conversation with someone, it's like you're getting little insights, little hits along the way. Those intuitive messages, and it's already starting to play on your emotions, feelings. Yeah, I think in some ways you're trying to turn a blind eye to it. You're trying to be analytical about it. You're not trying to stress yourself out too much because you're already feeling the weight, the burden of people's bad behavior. Maybe taking on that responsibility as it's your own, right? And now Spirit's asking you to let it go and to release. And yes, learning new habits, new ways of being does take time. But the bottom line is it's about our own mental, emotional, physical health. Those are all intertwined. If we don't have any of those, well, we're not very healthy, unfortunately. And then it's a struggle to make good decisions for ourselves. It's a struggle to see things clearly, right? Because we end up moving into more of the fear-based thinking, the what ifs, worst case scenarios, seeing people or situations through that lens of pain. And I think that this is something Spirit is asking you to heal with this Seven of Swords. It is going to take time. Obviously, we're seeing this in the overarching energy, to pay attention to your health, your well-being, not allowing yourself to become too overwhelmed or too enmeshed in what you cannot control. Because this is about your sanity right now. This is building that foundation for some things that are to come. And I do feel like it's specifically related to these people that are kind of lingering outside of your energy. Someone's pissed. Someone's angry, just really frustrated with how things have gone. So another person's trying to self-protect. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and we're getting the King of Wands. So we have Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. So definitely just like a lot of, I feel like maybe there might have been a situation where you felt like people or a dynamic was ganging up on you, and that's why it's feeling really overwhelming. You've done your best to push through this energy. You've done your best to try to manifest and make things happen. This feels like a ball and chain for you. No matter how hard you try, it's like it's something or someone is holding you back, and it feels like it's so hard to get out or it's hard to move on. The Magician is being blocked for you. We've had this message come through where there is a need to, whether you want to cut cords, whether you want to say a prayer, whether you want to meditate, whatever you need to do to kind of create a little more distance and space from these people, from these energies. Because it's looking too much towards the past is going to keep you stuck in those dynamics. And I'm hearing it's like you end up repeating, bringing new people, new situations that are the same energy, right? Like, so yeah, it might not be these people who are acting shitty towards you, but then you're like, okay, I want something new. I want to try this in a different way with new people, new opportunity. And then it comes in and it's like more of the same shit. You know, it's just repeated. And I feel like that's where Spirit's just really asking you, maybe you do need to turn a blind eye. Sometimes there's nothing we can do, right? Sometimes we just have to like not pay attention to what someone else is doing or saying, especially if it's not directly affecting us. If they're talking shit, if they're dragging our name through the mud, fine, right? Like we can't control that. And when we try to engage, when we try to prove that person wrong or justify or whatever, all it does is ensnare us in that energy. And that's exactly what Spirit is asking you to walk away from. It's taking time though. Lots of effing people in this reading for you today. Again, Spirit's really emphasizing just trying to be a little bit more diplomatic in your perspective, trying to be a little bit more removed from whatever is happening over here. These people, it's just fixation on you. And I don't really understand a lot of this. You'll be able to fill in the gaps if it resonates for you. Try not to do everything at once is what I'm hearing. There might be, because things feel a little chaotic and a little overwhelming, you might be taking on more than necessary or trying to do everything at once. Like I was saying, it feels very much like, you know, because you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do in order to make yourself feel happy. But Spirit's also asking you not to put a lot of unnecessary to-dos on your plate, because I feel like that is essentially what ends up catering to this overwhelm. Yeah, maybe you're not directly dealing with these people or this situation anymore. Maybe it is just lingering for you in your mental, emotional energy. But again, I'm hearing this as like, being diplomatic about your approach. Yes, feeling your feels, grieving where you need to, but not staying stuck in that energy. Because you know what you want. You know what's going to make you happy. And sometimes we just have to disconnect. That's the practical approach. It might hurt us, but at the same time, disconnecting from this energy is going to make you feel way better. Yeah, it still pulls at the heartstrings, unfortunately, but like I said, it gives us an opportunity to kind of just look at something a little bit more rationally through that lens of pros and cons, analytical, and just kind of analyzing what it is. And really it is about your own energy, right? Like what fits for you, what makes you happy, what makes you thrive. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups, plugging into that. And obviously this situation, this past thing that's lingering, did not. It was hurtful. It was painful. For some of you, it was really destructive. It was really traumatic. Yeah, we got this breathe card. So just keep breathing through. My favorite practice is pranayamic breathing because it's essentially alternate nostril breathing. And it helps harmonize the left and right hemisphere, meaning we have more union, more cohesion within the brain. So our systems are functioning in a more fluid manner. That's what we need, right? To be, honestly, as silly as it may seem, that's really what we need to be grounded and stable within ourselves, is having that union, having that coherence. That's why practices like meditation, yoga asana, breathing techniques are really valuable, because we function so much in the lower chakras. We don't take enough time to just breathe, actually fill up our lung capacity. And that really helps us stabilize. It helps us to be more balanced. It helps us to be able to plug into that rationale that allows us to disconnect from things that just aren't serving us, that don't deserve our time and our attention. Because it's taking away our focus. It's taking away what we need to do for ourselves. So remember, give it time. Like this, we're rebuilding, right? We're rebuilding a platform, a foundation for ourselves that's going to be a lot easier to work from. But remember that it is going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight. Be gentle with yourself, but also understand where those triggers are coming up. Especially if you do have to, if you are engaged with these energies, that can be very easy to get sucked back in, right? It's creating those boundaries for yourself. It's not paying attention to the bad behavior, right? You can't do anything about that. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to be any sort of way by saying that. It's just the realization that we really have to pick and choose where we spend our time and energy. When we are busy putting out fires everywhere else, we lose focus of ourselves. We lose focus of what we're committed to, what we want to see grow and build. And that's the complete opposite of what we need to be doing right now, right? With that Pluto in retrograde, it's all about really doing the hard work so we can claim what we want. We can claim those manifestations, that abundance that is coming in. And like I said, it's going to be super beautiful, super dope. I'm so pumped to see how it unfolds for you. Thank you for your time and energy always, especially if you've made it this far in the reading. I really appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how it resonates, or just give a little love, little helping hand of support. Thank you for your time, energy to the channel. I'm sending all the love and blessings your way.